Hello and welcome. My name is Anastasia Zatula, and today we're going to discuss what men love and what men reward, and how to become that person in the middle that is loved and that's also getting rewarded for being just herself. Now, I am in beautiful Mexico. I wanted to record the video outside, but I think it's a little noisy, so you will have to see my apartment and just hopefully enjoy the quiet atmosphere. I mean, the view outside is much more beautiful, but there is like real noise. Now, back to the subject. Why I decided. The reason is I wanted to record something like this for some time. I do bring up this subject often with my clients. Now, I have clients that are masculine. I have a few clients that are feminine, and they're like on different sides. So ones are loved. Ones can please men, so men kind of love what they do, and other ones are rewarded, but they couldn't build the relationship. So neither of them can actually build the relationship, but they are on different kind of on different sides of this story. And I always bring it to them. I always explain them how to balance themselves, so they will be in the middle and they will enjoy a good relationship, but they also will be rewarded. Now, it was not me who gave the idea for the subject. The subject, I actually saw it somewhere. I'm not sure, either Instagram or TikTok or somewhere. Somebody mentioned something. Men love this, men reward this. And I'm like, it clicked in me, and I'm like, this is exactly how I'm going to name it, the topic. So when I was little, there was this saying that men love women that are selfish, and I was like, how is it possible? Why is somebody selfish rewarded? Like, this shouldn't be like this. Somebody who is nice should be rewarded. Somebody who is genuine and who is sacrificing herself for others should be rewarded. I could never understand this until I grew up. And I started even understanding more once I started working with energy and once I started studying Tantra and systemic approach. You see, so men, like as everybody, and you probably notice in your life, there are women that are like doing everything for everybody and not appreciated, and then there are women that are bossing everybody around, and it seems like the whole world revolves around them. It's not actually only women, it's everybody. And if you listen to my videos before, I told you at my previous career, this was exactly what it was happening. Some people were just absolutely selfish, and it seems like everybody wanted to please them, and then there was somebody like me who tried to help everybody, who tried to be a team player, but often was not appreciated for the efforts. Now, men, especially men, you can distinguish who they reward and who they just love to be around with. Now, why? Because men are very linear. There is no ulterior motive for any of their actions. See, they are very basic. Like I had this guy, and I was really, really into him, and I couldn't understand why I was so much into him. And I was always, hey, how are you? How was your day? And he hardly ever. I mean, he appreciated my. Me being so sweet and so emotionally available for him, but yet he didn't reward me. He rewarded another woman that was very selfish in a different relationship, and he was buying her presents. And for me, that kind of sick relationship was kind of an eye-opener. We were not in a relationship, but he was somebody that I would want to be in a relationship if he would act right, obviously, or if I would act right, for that matter. Now, men are hunters because they are linear and because their energy moves up, and they always they need to conquer something all the time. They need to make sure that they are hunting for something. You see, a woman that is pleased, that is already pleasing him, she's like a dead prey. She's not interesting. I mean, she's already there and she's already conquered. I mean, she is not. She's not interesting. I mean, if he would be in the mood, he can come and take her, eat her, or whatever. But he's not going to occupy his mind how he's going to conquer it. I want you to understand it. And from here, we're basically we start to understand why men reward somebody and they don't reward others. Now, on the other hand, you can't be hunting all your life. You can't be hunting constantly. I mean, you will be hunting for for a few months, but at one point you will get tired and you will want to go to your dead prey at one point. Now you just need to make sure that you are somewhere in the middle. Now usually women that serve, that are so pleasing, that try to be so nice, they are not very interesting. Why? Because they believe they need to deserve love. They believe that if they will not be this nice, a man will either forget about them, or he will not even be interested in them, or who knows, maybe he will even maybe he will find somebody who is even nicer, and they just speak. So for the most part, these women are too preoccupied with pleasing somebody else instead of focusing on their life, and that's the issue, really. Truthfully, who would want to be with the woman like this? Like, I wouldn't even want to have friends that are like this, and thankfully I don't. I have friends that are, they are in a relationship, they are married, but they do have their own lives, and that's why they're so appreciated by their man, because they do have their own lives. Now, it is especially crucial if your whole existence revolves around another person, or your whole existence revolves around an idea to find another person and then serve him for the rest of your life. It is good to have a partner, it is good to connect with somebody and have the relationship. Obviously, I'm all for that, but you need to remember that you're only connecting like this. The rest of you is you. You develop, and you have in your life, you have in your connections, you have in your friends that you don't need to share with your partner. You have your own life, and that's where you need to stand. If you are feminine, now I put over here, masculine women are usually independent and impatient and aggressive, and feminine women are empathetic. They sacrifice themselves for others and never really much think about themselves. And then when they sacrifice themselves for others, then they don't understand why they are not rewarded, because they believe if they do something, somebody has to reward them for that. Now, if you are a masculine woman and you will learn how to be more feminine, you really can be happy. Now, if you're a feminine woman and you learn some masculine traits and clean your femininity, you really can be very, very happy in a relationship as well. They even put here, women who are in a wounded femininity usually become unappreciated pushovers. Why? Because they do not enjoy their femininity. They just instead they serve men. Now, men love women that serve them. Why wouldn't? If somebody would serve me, I would love that. That it boosts their ego, but that boost is momentarily. It doesn't last long. It doesn't stay for too long. When you eat a chocolate, how long does that high last? Maybe for half an hour, maybe an hour, and then the sugar drops, and with that the mood and the dopamine and everything. So the same with men. When you serve a man, he's pleased at the moment. He will tell, my God, this is the best steak I ever had, or you're the best, nobody ever took care of me like that. He is appreciative in the moment, though, in the moment. And then once he's satisfied with his steak or whatever, and he moves on in life, he goes outside, you're out of his head. He's not thinking about you, because you're not a long-lasting project. You're already accomplished, you're like a piece of furniture that's already there, already standing in his living room. Now, so men do love what you're doing for them. Doesn't mean that they will reward that, and I know this firsthand. I never was a cook, a cleaner or something like that, but I would sacrifice my plans for a guy. I would sacrifice maybe my not my beliefs, but I would for example, usually I don't go to the beach during peak hours. Now, but if the guy wants, I will sacrifice myself, and I will go and I will bake myself just so we're spending time together. Not now, obviously, it was long time ago. What I want to say is that men do love when you serve them, when you're nice, but they do not reward that, and they do not appreciate this in the long run. You're only boosting his ego. It's a good kind of technique if you want to get something. So for example, you cook him a steak, he's all satisfied, and then you ask him for something, or I don't know, you get your point across, I'm cooking so good, maybe we need to get married or something, if that's your but Don't do it just to hear from him, oh my God, this is the best steak I ever had. Now, what men do not reward, put here, women that are convenient. Nobody actually rewards somebody that's convenient. I will tell you that. I have, to my shame, to admit, I have a few men that I socialize with only when I need them. And yeah, it's bad, it's shameful, but that's just how it is, so I catch myself on that. I do send them occasional text messages, some pictures, maybe I send them happy holidays or something like that, but I catch myself that these people are in my life because they're convenient. It's men. I don't have women that I'm that are convenient in my life, only inspiring women. So, but again, it's not good. Again, why those men are convenient? Because they're feminine for the most part, and that's what they do. They try to deserve my love somehow. So nobody loves that. They appreciate in the moment. In the moment when they do something that I need for me, of course I appreciate. I'm like, my God, such an amazing guy. But that's for the most part it. Don't become convenient. Now, there are obviously men that are doing things for me, but they do have a life, and I appreciate them and respect them very much, because they wouldn't get out of their way to impress me. They impress me while it's on their way. I even put here, women that are convenient are already done. They will always be there. For the most part, yeah. It's whatever you will tell me, but for the most part, the woman that is serving a man, she will be there for years and years and years. And you probably know those women that are waiting for the guy for, I don't know. I was watching The Holiday yesterday, and oh my God, what is her name? The Kate Winslet character. She was that woman. She was waiting for that guy that she worked with for years and years and years. He was already getting married, and she's still having some kind of weird hope. You see, because she was nice. She was serving him instead of being somewhat a little bit demanding. Now, if she would work with me, I would fix it for her. I would get that guy too. But she was not, and thankfully she found somebody better, at least in the movie. Well, so men reward women that are demanding, independent, and satisfied with their life. Usually these are masculine women, because they have such a demanding life, such a expansive life. They have so many friends. They're their social calendar is so busy. They're always doing something, always somewhere. They're like this wild animal that everybody wants to catch, everybody wants to be a part. Men don't know that inside a woman is just trying to feel this emptiness with all the social kind of events. But at that moment, a man wants her because she is amazing, she is wild, and this is what men reward. Now, why would they want to reward? Because they want to win her over somehow, and they don't know how. They know that this woman's patience is very short, her attention span is very short also, so they need to catch her attention somehow before she will move on. And I have clients like this, this is true. She comes to me on a consultation one day, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this guy. I think he's the one. I think I will marry him. So while I'm making a plan here, what she's going to do with this guy? Next week she's coming, there is already another 2 guys. I'm like, what about that one? And she's like, oh, no, I don't think so. So masculine women, their attention span is very, very short. So men that are interested in them, they need to catch them fast. When I was this masculine, I had this admirer who was... he was trying to catch me between my husband. He still is my admirer, but right now I'm somewhat available, so he's not trying as hard. But when I was constantly in a relationship, he was really trying to to get into in between them. Now, so this is what men reward. Now, it doesn't mean it will be forever. So a man can be buying presents for a woman, maybe taking her out, giving her attention and everything. Now, if she will not give him at one point some kind of attention, some kind of pleasure, he will get tired. Again, a man could not be hunting forever. He needs to have, to ground himself and to have the peaceful moment. Maybe he could, honestly, he can have this woman, he can be hunting this woman for years if he has somebody who is basically sitting at home with the steak and a warm bed for him. So then he can, because he has both worlds, honestly. Now, but for the most part, if he's single and he doesn't have nobody, then he will get tired at one point. He will be exhausted. I mean, masculine energy is, doesn't really, it's not that deep. It's very fleeting. So he would need to recharge somehow. And if the woman that he's trying to get is not giving him no energy, then he will get tired and he will give up on that for at least for some time. So, but these are the women that man do reward with presents, flowers, and serious offers. These are the women that receive a ring or something very fast. I'm telling you, the 3 times that I was proposed, well, no, I was proposed many times, but the 3 times that I was married, it was exactly like that. I was very preoccupied with my life. I had like a really enjoyable social life. I was very busy. I was here, I was there, I was traveling, and this is when I was proposed, because I was moving so fast in my life that man knew if they want to catch me, they better be fast. Otherwise it will not, otherwise I will just move on to something else, to something more exciting, to something more. So if you are not receiving, so for the most part, if you are not receiving anything from a man, you have a man and you are not receiving nothing from him, unless you really beg, like really, really beg, like, it's my birthday, can I please have this or something, and you know that your man can afford it, but he still is not giving you anything, no attention, no flowers, no presents. Know that you're the convenient woman. Know that you're the woman that is serving instead of the woman that's getting rewarded. And I will give you the steps how to mend it. I mean, you could not be living like this all the time, right? Let's imagine your family like me. What are you going to be satisfied with nothing? No, that's not how it works, and that's not how it's going to be. So, but basically, now on the other hand, if you have a lot of men that are giving you presents, that are spoiling you, but yet you could not connect to any one of them, you could not build a relationship, then you are the masculine woman that's getting rewarded, but yet you could not build a relationship. Don't think that the masculine woman that get presents and attention and everything, they're so happy. No, usually they're not. Usually they're quite empty inside, and they also look for some kind of softness in men. Now, they look for the softness, but men are looking for the softness as well. So this like they're lost. Usually this woman finds softness in men that could not really afford their lifestyles. And then they like the man, they like the softness, but the lifestyle is on a particular level. Now, on the other hand, the feminine women that are serving, they're also not very happy, because they're serving, they're doing everything, but yet they feel like they're not receiving everything they could from life and from man. So both of them needs work, don't you worry. There's no, all these gifts and flowers and spoiling gets tiring soon. I'm telling you, because I was receiving gifts, I receive gifts regularly, but at one point it was like my aim and I was receiving a lot. Right now it's not really my like a goal, because okay, so how many perfumes can you really get to be satisfied, or how many, like at one point you want something more substantial, something deeper. On the other hand, if you are not if you are serving, you're not getting. At one point you will get tired, and also from serving, like, hello, am I going to get rewarded? I mean, am I going to get proposed or something? I know those women too, and that shouldn't be like that. Now, I even put here, feminine women need to learn how to focus on themselves and create the world on their own, like security and pleasure. They need to stop serving, I'm telling you. Usually they serve because either their life is boring or they just are too empathetic. So when a man is like, oh my God, I've been through so much, and they're like, oh yes, let me help you. And I read about this every single day. I'm in a few groups where there's couples needing some help, and I read it all the time. Now, what to do, right? What to do, because you do want to be in a happy relationship. You don't want to be a constant server. You want to please a man, but yet you want to be rewarded. And people in a happy relationship are usually like this. They are somewhere in the middle. So you need to find a healthy balance for yourself. I don't know how feminine you are or how masculine you are. You still need to find a healthy balance for you. You need to find a healthy balance that will so if you have a lot of feminine energy, maybe you need to add a little bit masculinity. If you have a lot of not too much feminine energy but more masculinity, maybe you need to clean both of them, but find the right balance. You cannot be absolutely unwinnable or unapproachable, because if you will be so, a man will get tired. I'm telling you, I saw this. I know men that were trying to win over this girl for years and years and years, and at one point he will be like, okay, I give up. Let me just marry a convenient serving girl and be done with it. But do you think he's happy with that convenient girl? No, he's not. He was using her when he needed energy. Now, in his mind, he still wants to conquer that girl. I actually had a client who did this. He basically married the girl that was convenient because he was exhausted and tired. All his energy and resources were gone for that woman. Now, after a couple of years with this convenient woman, he basically started reconnecting with the one, because he has now the resources, he has the energy again, and he wanted to be with her. Now, was it right? Not, but he should have from the beginning go after somebody that he really wanted. I had it in mind. I was in a relationship with the guy, and the more I tried to please him and serve him, the more I was so afraid that he will leave me. The more I was doing it, the more he started looking around into somebody that he can conquer. And I was surprised. Why wouldn't you reward me? Why wouldn't you give me your attention, your love, your passion, your even some presents maybe, or even flowers? But you were giving it to somebody else. You were spending money on other women when you were not doing it on myself. And now I understand why. He was a masculine man, and I was not interested. I was a dead prey. I was super available, super convenient, and super. So he loved it, obviously. Because when I was in my mood and I wanted to leave, he obviously didn't want to lose it, but he was never rewarding it. He never rewarded it until I left, and only after I started working with energy, he reappeared in my life. Now he's rewarding. But the point is that you need to find a balance. You need to find a healthy balance. You could not be absolutely unapproachable, and you should not be dissolving in others. You have a life. No matter who is coming and living your life is still the same. Now, make time for another person if you want to have some kind of connection, but don't stop your life just because somebody just because somebody came in. Now, the second thing that you need to do, don't do anything. So if you're a feminine woman, the masculine woman will not have this problem. But if you're a feminine woman, don't do anything that doesn't bring you pleasure. If you feel like you need to cook dinner because men love women that cook, then don't do it. Unless you do love to cook, unless you want to cook, and you want to do something special for your man, don't do it. If you, for example, if a man is asking you to go on a hike with him, and you are like a high maintenance beach kind of a girl, like not even beach club kind of girl, don't go. Tell him, look, have fun over there with the rabbits and everything. I'm going to spend time somewhere else. I'm telling you, you think you're pleasing the man, he will be satisfied for a moment, but that satisfaction is very fleeting, and he will want to submit you again and again and again. And it's like eating chocolate. You eat chocolate in half an hour, the effect is out. You want to eat more chocolate until one day you are diabetic, right? So don't do anything that doesn't bring you enjoyment. Just don't do it. That's it. Don't worry. You won't lose a man. That's what I was always thinking. If I would not do what he asked me, I probably will lose him. No, you wouldn't lose him. You will actually do yourself a hugest favor. Now, and from here, don't stop your life for another person. Now, if you will start betraying yourself, you will start hating that person, especially if your life is really something that you want. If you are just floating in life, just passing by, then okay, you can follow the other person's lead. But if your life is exciting and you really enjoy what you're doing, and now you're stopping your life just for that person, don't do this, because you will start hating yourself, you will start hating him, and it will only ruin the relationship. I seen it actually from with a masculine woman. She started having issues with her man because he insisted on her altering her life too much. Like, she had a particular lifestyle, she has her own kind of business, and she really enjoyed what she was doing, and he wanted a completely different life, and he pushed her to do this, and she didn't like it. I mean, at first it was like a novice, something exciting, but at the end she really didn't like it. She didn't like what it made her, and she started hating herself first of all, because she was betraying herself, and then him. So do not stop your life for anybody. I mean, for example, if I like traveling and my man doesn't like traveling, it doesn't mean I should not travel. I mean, I could still go travel with my family, with my friends, by myself. If I would be 100% convinced that there is nothing wrong in traveling, he will agree. And I have actually friends and acquaintances who travel and their partners stay at home. I mean, either they're busy or they just not into traveling or something. I know couples like this. I know a couple, a wife with 3 kids traveling all the time, and the husband just doesn't like. Sometimes they go on a cruise where it's like really stress-free. But she takes the 3 kids and they travel through Europe, through Asia all the time. I mean, she doesn't mind it. What I want to say is that if you make it as a non-negotiable, a man will accept it as a non-negotiable, and you will be true to yourself. It's just like that. If you will start negotiating, that's it, you already lost. Like something that, like for example, if your man will tell you not to talk to your mom, I mean, would you even consider it? No, you would say, listen, you wouldn't even take it seriously, because who in the right mind will ask for something like that? So the same here. If you like traveling, the man is like, no, you shouldn't go travel without me. I mean, really? That doesn't make no sense. So don't stop your life. Another thing is, I put here, don't mold yourself for anybody, and don't mold others towards your standards. I hear it very often when women are like, it's okay, I just need to change him a little bit and he will be perfect. If a man is changeable like that, then he is not really a man. He's a feminine man that's trying to please you, that's trying to win you over, and he will do what you want, but he will not be that person that you fell in love with. Don't do that. I have masculine ladies clients, and they do that with them. So they often, masculine women, they end up with feminine man. Why? Because they're very masculine, so they need something to balance them. And then they start fixing and molding this feminine man. Then they don't understand why they don't respect this man. Well, because you already, this is not really a man that you wanted to have. This is a man that you decided should be good for you. So don't mold yourself, and don't allow anybody else. Look, you met with the man like this. You like this man for a particular reason. He likes you for a particular reason. There is a reason why you're together. Let's imagine, so if a man suddenly will tell you, you know what, if you will make a couple plastic operations, you will look better. He already here. He already met you. He is already on the same level. So unless you drop yourself, he's suggesting you to get a couple operations. Otherwise, he loves you as you are. So if you're flat-chested, there is a reason he is in your life. He is already attracted to you. Now, if he's proposing, listen, maybe a little enhancement here, then it's you probably are worried that well, maybe I should do something, and he's just corresponding. So don't mold yourself, don't allow yourself to mold others. Remember, you met this guy, you liked him for a reason. I mean, there must be something interesting in him, something that you admired and you liked. Now, if you will start changing him, I mean, is he going to be the same man? He will be an absolutely different person. So don't allow this to be. I even put, if you will change a man, he won't be as desirable to you. He will be convenient but not exciting, and convenient is never good. We never appreciate admiring convenience, never. I'm telling you this from my own experience and from experience of many people, and you probably know that too. Once your man becomes convenient, he's like, yes babe, all the time, I mean, that's it. You already have no respect for you. I mean, a person should have their own opinion and their own standards, their own kind of ideas and everything, and we should respect it from each other. Now, the next thing is, you need to I know a lot of people would not agree with me, but just stay with me. I promise it makes sense. You need to see your man, your partner, as a temporary thing. I will tell you why. When you see somebody as a temporary thing, as somebody who is passing by, you're not putting that much energetic pressure. Now, if you look at somebody and like, okay, we're forever and ever together, first of all, you're putting huge energy pressure on this relationship. Second, you kind of remove the pressure from yourself and putting that on that relationship. Now, since you know the guy is stuck with you for the whole life, you really don't need to try much. I mean, why? He's already in your life forever and ever. So, you need to look at everything. You need to understand that you are free, that you can leave at any moment, and your man is also free, that he can leave at any moment, and you should respect that. Now, it doesn't mean that with a very little argument you should be out of the door. Obviously, don't do that. I mean, this is not how it works. But you should answer for your words and for your emotions. But you should understand that the man is he come to help you to develop. He can move on. This would also remove somewhat pressure from you. If you would not have a huge expectations that you need to live till 100 years together and die in one day, it will be much easier for you to enjoy the time with this man, to be yourself, to enjoy the life. Not just, okay, so we've been dating for 4 months now, we need to get engaged, then we need to get introduced to the parents, and this, when you have a plan like this, it's good to have a little bit of direction, but when you have a plan like this, I mean, it makes you crazy. This is all you will focus on. Okay, 4 months, why is he not proposing? I mean, do I need to make a hint? Do I need to tell him something? I mean, if you're with the guy 4 months and he's not proposing, I wouldn't even be with him. But the whole point is that when you have these huge expectations on you, on the relationship, on a guy, it puts unneeded pressure on you and on him. You feel suddenly like you owe him something. You could not date, you could not talk to anybody. He feels also obligated. I mean, this is unnecessary. Trust me, if you guys are enjoying each other, you are not going to be cheating, you're not going to be looking around. And it will make that fleeting moment even more sweeter. When you go on vacation and you know that this vacation is going to be over in 2-3 weeks, you enjoy everything. You enjoy the sand, you enjoy the sky, you enjoy the beach, you enjoy everything that there is. And this is what makes it so tasty. You go back to your to your hometown, to your career, to your job, and you just you're remembering this vacation. You're looking forward to the next vacation. So let your relationship be like this. Don't plan some kind of long-lasting plans. And I will tell you, if you will not plan long-lasting plans, you probably end up with the guy for many, many years. This is me, actually. I mean, the longest relationship I had were the ones like this. Like, yeah, I mean, we have a good time. Let me just enjoy it until it lasts. I never thought that it would last that long. So, like that, basically. I always look at any of your partners, your friends, anybody as a temporary thing. This is the right approach, energetic. Now, another one, and I already, I guess, spoke about this. Don't aim to please the man. Never ever aim to please a man. Your goal is to find pleasure in the company of a man. If you watch my video on flirting, on first date, I think, or something like that, I always say that a man already chose you. Now he just needs to see that you can enjoy the company, that that your connection will be enjoyable, will be pleasurable. So never aim to please a man. Aim to please yourself in the company of a man. Trust me, it will give you more. The man will there, I even put here, don't reward him for making you happy. Enjoy yourself and he will enjoy himself. That's what it is. Remember, a man rewards a woman that enjoys her life. He wants to be part of that life. Now, because he wants to be a part of that life, he will do anything, you know. So if you, like, for example, a man is bought you a present and you're like, my God, amazing, don't rush to the store to buy him an equal present. That's not what he wanted. He wanted to win your smile, to win your like this that. He doesn't mean that he's expecting a present. Yeah, you can make him something, give him an experience or something like that. I actually have a whole dialogue about presents, buying presents for men. But the whole point is, don't aim to please a man, aim to please yourself, especially if you're feminine woman. Again, I'm telling you, somebody a long time ago told me, when you go on a date, don't talk to the guy, let him talk. He invited you, let him impress you. That's exactly what I did. I was just there and I was just enjoying myself, the whole ambience, the food, the company of a handsome guy. I mean, I just enjoyed myself. I wasn't talking, I was hardly answering his questions. I was just enjoying myself. The guy was so impressed by me. I mean, he wanted to see me like next day. So it does work. And I, from now on, I always do like this. If I'm in the company, I'm enjoying myself, and the guy will want to be in my space more and more. Now, the last one is the most contradictory, but I will tell you, and you will have to believe me, and you will have to do as I say. I'm serious now. So you need to always keep one foot out of the door. Every relationship you have, you should be one foot out of the door. Remember, a man rewards a woman that is not available or not fully available. If you are fully available and committed, and you guys are not even married, and you are calling him a husband, like I know some people do, or you're like, oh my God, no, but we're in a relationship and the guy is not even that serious about you, you're a dead prey. Make sure your foot is out of the door all the time. Now a guy is asking you, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? And you're like, well, I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about it. Like this. One foot out of the door. Even if you're married and have 5 kids and everything, the man must know that at any moment you can get up and leave. You don't depend on him. Now, how you will create this one foot out of the door feeling inside of you is up to you. Either you must have, either you can have maybe your savings, or maybe you can have some properties, or maybe you have your own career. So you need to create this feeling inside of you. You don't really need to be to be ready to bounce at any moment. You just need to have this feeling. You will have this feeling energetically. A man will feel that he doesn't fully possess you. Trust me, I did it a few times and it always worked. When I'm not fully available for, like me right now, I'm not really interested in getting married. So I'm telling a man, I am really telling them like this. I'm not into marriage. I don't want to get married. And you know what? They're so much more eager to to get me to even think about marriage. Or and I'm not faking it. I'm honest with that. I mean, marriage in itself is a scary thing for me. I don't really want even to consider it. I don't understand why should I. Now, I do want to have, obviously, maybe more stronger relationship with the man. I do want maybe to have kids or something. So what I want to say, I'm not opposed to connecting with the man, but I know, and my feeling is very strong inside, that my foot will be always out of the door. Why? First of all, because I can provide for myself. I really don't require anybody to create enjoyment or entertainment or security in my life. I'm thankfully pretty set on that. So I'm pretty well-rounded and self-sufficient on my own. Now I welcome men in my life, but they better come with rewards and they better be satisfied with what I can give without asking for much. Now, when you always have one foot out of the door and he knows that, trust me, that man will be always rewarding you. And if you know in your life couples that have been married forever and a man is spoiling his wife all the time, it's probably because he knows that she's not going to tolerate him if it will be different. I used to work with the guy like this, and his wife was very high maintenance, and he loved that. I think they were from a different social circles. I think she was from somewhat elite New York family, old money, and he was wealthy, but not as wealthy as, I guess, not as his pedigree was not as as perfect as her. So he appreciated her very much. Now, what also he appreciated, and that's why he tried so hard, and that's why he was a top performer, that's why he made so much money, that's why they had a huge mansion in Long Island, is because he knew that she can leave him at any moment and she will be fine. First of all, because her family was somewhat wealthy. Second, because she is a beautiful woman. I saw her a couple of times. I was shocked. After 2 kids, I mean, she looked like a model, and effortlessly. Nothing was done. She just really looked perfect, and everybody. And I guess she gets a lot of attention. So he knew that he can lose her at any moment. That's why he needs to kind of reward her all the time. He was making the craziest things. I mean, he was taking her to opera, not only to the Metropolitan, but he was taking her to opera to go to, I think, LA or something. So he was really trying and rewarding. Why? Because he knew if he would not provide her that level of life she's used to, she will quickly move out with 2 kids, or maybe move him out, and she would not, he will lose her, you see. Now, if she would be, doesn't mean that she was not a good wife. I think she was, because she would cook him lunch once in a while. I mean, this is so cute. He would always say, "Oh, my wife cooked me my wife." But what I want to say is that she was not depending on him completely. Her foot was always, one of her feet was out of the door all the time, and that's what made their relationship so perfect, I think, at least. Energetically, he always knew that she is not fully available. And I put here, always have admirers and exciting life. And to tell the truth, she did have admirers. He was so jealous sometimes. A man is a guest in your life. He's not a creator of your life. And treat him accordingly, you see. So a man comes to your life, he's you obviously sharing some kind of intimacy, vulnerabilities, but he is not forever. Forever with you is only you, that's it. He can come, he can go. I mean, another man who can come, can go, but you will always live with yourself. So you need to make sure that you're doing what is right for you, not what is right for somebody else. And when you treat a man as a guest, you obviously don't overstep your boundaries. You don't become too comfortable, as I spoke in the previous one, and the excitement is going on and on and on forever and ever. Okay, I think that's it. If you will follow these steps, you will become that woman in the middle, not somebody who is completely unapproachable and never able to settle down. And you will not be that woman that serves and hope for some kind of reward, hopes that somebody will say, "Oh, you were so good." Look, I will tell you, I have 3 aunts. My 3 aunts are all very feminine, not clean femininity, but feminine. My mom is masculine. I will tell you, those aunts sacrifice their lives for their kids, for their husbands. Honestly, I think only one of them was seriously respected and rewarded by her husband, because she has some masculine plans. I think she had Mars in Leo, so that was like non-negotiable. The other 2, for the most part, until they learned how to focus on themselves, they were taken for granted. So you need to find this middle for yourself and for your future kids, obviously, or for your existing kids. Now, to sum it up, basically, men love when a woman serves, but they don't reward that. They love it because it boosts their ego for a moment. Now, they reward women that are unapproachable, that are desirable for them, and they reward them. Why? Because they believe that this reward will get them something with this woman. They believe that that reward will get them in the door to be with that woman, at least as an admirer. And that's why I do have admirers, because they believe that maybe through gifting me, through sending me flowers, they have a chance to get in the door, for me to open to them or something. Now, you obviously don't want to be on both sides. You want to be somewhere in the middle. So you want to be somewhat unapproachable, 1 foot out of the door, but yet enjoying the company of a man, but not betraying yourself, not sacrificing yourself. As I told you 1,000 times, a man doesn't need a server. Don't serve anybody. I never cooked for a man in my whole life, frankly, because I don't know how to cook. So I'm honest. not once a man would leave me and say, listen, I can't be with somebody who doesn't know how to cook. Not once. It never happened in my life. So you need to be somewhere in the middle. Remember that. For that, you need to find a healthy balance. You never do anything that doesn't bring you enjoyment, any kind of enjoyment. I am not even talking about intimacy. If you don't enjoy it with a man, don't do it just because you think that you have to. Now, don't stop your life for another person. Obviously, that's understandable. Don't betray yourself. Don't mold yourself for another person. Don't try to mold another person towards your standards. You will stop respecting that other person. If your man doesn't speak much, is not like really emotional person, now you're squeezing the emotions out of him. I mean, you fall in love with the man who's not very emotional. Now, why are you trying to squeeze emotions out of him? Doesn't make no sense. So see your partner always as a temporary thing that came as a temporary partner. He came to your life as a guest. I mean, treat him like this. He's helping you to develop. Maybe you guys will create. Maybe you will have kids together. Maybe you will have a house together. Something. But he's only here temporarily. So he might stay forever. I don't say that he doesn't. Just treat him so energetically. You wouldn't put huge pressure on him. Now again, don't be with the guy as a just as a mistress for forever. I mean, at one point, if you want to get married, you will have to get married. But again, if you have your life, if you have one foot out of the door kind of mentality, he will propose very fast. Trust me, he will propose very fast. I'm the woman who was proposed, like, I don't know, maybe 10-15 times already. Don't aim to please the man. Aim to please yourself, especially if you're a feminine woman. And the last one is keep yourself one foot out of the door all the time. For that, I don't know what will it take you. Either create some kind of, maybe you have a business, maybe you have some kind of investment plan or something, but you need to make sure that you're out of the door all the time. Have admirers, have a social some kind of social circle. I mean, have some friends. Don't just lock yourself up because you're with the man. Remember, one foot out of the door. And for that, you need to prepare. Always have a ground to be out of the door. So you need to have friends. You need to have maybe some kind of income. You probably need to have admirers just to know that there are men around at any age, and you don't need to tolerate a particular behavior from a man. Okay, that's it. I hope it was enjoyable and helpful. I do hope you will send this video to whoever needs to hear this. Remember, your good behavior will feed man's ego, but will not make him reward you. This is probably the main thing. Just by pleasing, just by being a good woman will not do nothing, neither for you nor for him. I mean, he will be pleased in the moment, but that's for the most part. If I will go to the coffee shop and they will give me a free cookie, I mean, yeah, okay, thanks. But I wouldn't be thinking about that free cookie or about that coffee shop for too long. I probably will be thinking about the restaurant that's hard to get in, and I do want to, because everybody goes there, because everybody tries to get in there, you see. And just be that restaurant. Don't be that the free cookie. And that's it. Okay, so please do like, follow, comment, ask questions if you have. Send this video to anybody who will benefit from it, and I will talk to you in the next video. Enjoy your holidays and have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.